Smoppy for life. Yeah. Smoppy for life. Stand up when the chief is here. Hands up. Yeah, the chief is here. Stand up when the chief is here. Hands up. Yeah, the chief is here. Yeah. Smoppy for life.
Everybody, welcome to the hot seat. We've got a hell of a lineup today.
Thank you for having us.
They're terrified. We're going to tear them apart. We've got from London, Hakeem Kai Kazim. We've got recovering from a hangover from last weekend from Franschhoek, Ross Gregory.
That is true.
Refusing to wear a tight top because she may want to take it off later in the show, Adrian Westman. We've got a man who's just put on weight in the last 4 minutes because he put his jacket back on, and I know how to pronounce his last name, Yao Pepra.
Cheers, Ross.
Our oldest buddies ever from Johannesburg. And we used to play tennis against each other. I was Borg, he was McEnroe. Phil Royness. So guys, welcome. And Lauren, thank you. And Suzanne, thank you for putting on. So we always start off with introducing yourselves, which is kind of like a silly thing because I'd rather you introduced each other and then really screwed things up. But we're going to do it anyway. Ross, 1 minute. On you.
Ross Gregory, Franschhoek's finest. Been living out here for 8 years. Married to a beautiful Irish woman. Fasty thing, but keeps me in line. 2 boys, 9 and 5. Property developer by day. Don't have too many early nights these days. Kind of went a bit off the rails during lockdown. But I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. I haven't done too much work, but I've been buying furniture and liquor and all the cool stuff that you don't normally get time to do when you're working. So yeah, life's good.
And in the background, is that your Pornhub picture collection?
This is my office.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You must
Nice.
be properly capital. Phil, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm an old friend of Rob's, sparring partner of many years and great fun. I've lived in America for 20 years and came back here 2 years ago. And I'm thrilled to be back in South Africa. And part of it is actually this SMATB group and Rob's enthusiasm for Africa and Southern Africa, which I totally buy in. I think the SMATB group is an awesome family. My kids are grown up and live in America. And I'm enjoying being here. I'm able to keep busy and do some work. So my lockdown has been better than those poor suckers who've had nothing.
And Phil, what's your golf handicap?
My golf handicap is 4.
Ross, what's yours?
Mine is I'm off a 9, Robbie.
Oh, wow,
I
okay.
played scratch league for Royal Cape 20 years ago, but it was a long time ago.
Yes, so you're a burglar.
Phil, I'm in charge here. Philip, and you're a cyclist. How many, you gotta be honest, how many Lycra outfits do you have? How many?
Lots.
Honest?
Lots. And I'm actually, amazingly, I've actually got used to them. A bit like you got used to wearing a Speedo, I got used to wearing Lycra.
Billy, do you have
And
Right. So you've got to try and be on mute while other guys are speaking. Yao Pepra. Now, to me, Yao is a Ghanaian name. Is that about right?
Yep, that's absolutely right. So both parents Ghanaian. I was born in Ghana. All our siblings were born in Ghana. All my siblings were born in Ghana. We left Ghana in '83. My old man got transferred. He's an economist. He got transferred to a Swaziland Institute of Management of Public Affairs. As soon as we got there, I think 6 months later, he got a job offer to change tact and become an economics lecturer at the University of Transkei. So we came to South Africa in '84, and it was supposed to be a short stint because people thought he was crazy going from Ghana to Swaziland to apartheid South Africa. But 36 years later, we're still here. Qualified chartered accountant, investment banking for a while, and then I realized that there are better ways to spend my time. So I worked on my own for a little bit, and I managed to find my way working for government to try and help grow the Western Cape economy and facilitate job creation. So I'm currently working at Westgrow, and I actually want to put a caveat right now and say that what I say here is in no way linked to Westgrow whatsoever. It's just me on my own speaking. Thanks.
And when did the gray come into your beard?
Apparently, it's something called age. Eh? I try to avoid it, but
Ja, en as ek nou in Afrikaans praat, kan jy my verstaan? Kan jy
ek verstaan Afrikaans vlot verstaan. Ek is my tweede taal by die skool. Ek het beter in Afrikaans as Engels gedoen.
That's it. It was terrible. That was like a proper Royneck.
Jammer man. It's been a long time.
Adrian, I'd like to leave you to last, but I'm not going to. So we're going to ask you now. You were blonde last week, redhead the week before. Is that right?
A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do in COVID. No hair salon. So this was box. It was brown. Then it went red the one day. Now back to brown.
And there's that everywhere.
I only have hair. Yeah.
Adrian, tell us about yourself. So you were national badminton champion. What else? Come on.
Yeah. I love sports. So I was provincial swimming, netball, and springboard badminton. I love life. And during COVID, well, in February, I went to New York and a bit in the Bahamas, and I realized, why am I in Joburg looking after a steel factory and a composites factory for industrial portfolio? And then I was like, resign, let's go back to Cape Town, back to what I'm passionate about, my people. And so I'm back in Cape Town with a startup. So I'm quite excited.
And in the background, it looks like a Christmas tree there. Is this, aren't you supposed to take Christmas trees down? No, the other side. Yeah, there, behind your head.
Oh no, it's just plants.
Are those golf clubs? But are those golf clubs there?
Yeah, I do play golf.
Okay, what's your handicap?
I try. At 36.
No, she doesn't play golf. Right. Hakeem.
I actually
No,
just
Hakeem.
play. I only play to watch Dale hit the ball. To be honest, you know, that's
Hakeem,
why I play golf.
Hakeem, you and I are the most famous television actors here. I mean, I was the voice on Fantastic Box of the helicopter pilot, which is a big movie. Tell us what you've done. I mean,
I was actually very impressed by that when I saw that, Rob. It was I'm Hakeem, and I was actually born in Nigeria, in Lagos, and my family went to the UK when I was about 2 years old. So spent a lot of time there growing up there. Then we went off to America, and then I finally came to South Africa. And in between, and then when I was here, a lot of people would know me from the Fresca campaign, which I did. And I left soon after that and went to America, which, you know, you don't know it, you haven't lived.
I didn't live here.
You didn't live here, right. Most people know me from that, but from here. And then I went off to the States after that, after doing a film called Hotel Rwanda. And being sort of,
You win.
working on television, film, a lot of television.
Amazing movie. Yeah.
Working with people like Johnny Depp and on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, stop. Okay, you win.
That's me. So I'll beat you there.
Okay,
So yeah, you know what? Let me just say this: that one of the things I do, having lived, I consider myself as a citizen of the world, and having lived in all over the place. The one place that I really am passionate about, like you all said, is South Africa. It's a beautiful place with amazing potential. The whole continent for me has this potential, which being part of Smutbees, I hope that we can be part of helping to realize that.
Yeah. Beautifully. I mean, that stumped the panel. I've been to 34 of the 55 African countries.
You beat me there.
Can you beat me there or not?
No, you beat me there. No.
Okay.
Been quite a few.
South Sudan, Burkina Faso. Anyway, it's not about me, it's about you guys. Okay. Ross, do you know that? Can you sing Smutbee for Life?
Smutbee for life. That was terrible.
Adrian?
That was terrible.
Smutbee for life.
Not bad. Yao? That's probably the best report.
I don't know that song.
Alive.
Happy,
You know that? Yeah, that's actually very good. Do it again, Yao. Do it again.
Happy for life.
Gavin Edwards, you listen to this? Sign him up. Hakeem.
So I can't sing really, but I'll have a go. I'll rap. Smutbee for life. Smutbee for life. Yo, Smutbee for life.
Which was the chorus? Phil, you.
That one.
We're gonna have Smutbee for life.
That's pretty good. Smutbee for life. Right. You get to ask one question. The others have to answer very quickly and put them in a corner, embarrass them. Who wants to go first? Hakeem, ask the four the same question. They have to answer it. Or pick,
I think I have to answer. I have to ask you a question.
ask one question of one of the other four. Embarrass them. Burn them.
Hey, Gianna, when did you lose your virginity?
Me.
Not you, Rob.
A long time ago.
Were you of legal age? That's a
what
no.
country?
All right, Adrian, you go next. You can't go back to Hakeem. You've got to nail someone else.
Ross, what? Because it's going to be juicy.
Bring it.
Tell us, where was the hottest place that you have had sex? Like scandalous.
With a girl. With a girl.
Yeah, okay. I think would probably have to have been when I was going to a spa once, and we were having a couple's massage, and halfway through I said, no, listen, let's just duck off to the sauna quickly. I just want to warm up a bit. And then I got swimming in the sauna halfway through my massage.
What was his name? Okay, Ross, your turn.
Chief, this one's for you. I know you've boned 4,000 women, but how many men have you boned?
Well, I think the real question is domestic animals. None. Yes.
If it's less than
Lawrence.
5, it doesn't count.
What was my buddy Lawrence Rose would say? I just haven't met the right guy, which is a very... Okay. Ross. No, this is I can't do that now. Okay, Phil, you're off the hook. You got to get nail Hakeem or Yao.
Okay, I'm going to try and embarrass him. Hakeem, so here's the thing. What is the thing that you have done on screen that you most embarrassed about?
Oh my God.
Not the Pornhub stuff.
Not the Pornhub one. Most embarrassed about. Yeah, again, it would be when I very first started, and I had this scene where I literally, this was my first ever TV, and I had a scene where I had to make love to somebody in the bed, and you know, they were both naked, and this was my first thing, and I had a female director. So that's the end of that story. That's all I can say.
Okay, you can pin Phil or Yao. Actually, probably Yao, and then he hits Phil.
Well, I must ask Phil a question. It's I can't even think of how to put a man down. Have you ever considered plastic surgery?
Regularly.
That's an easy one. No.
Okay, cool. I mean, I had to try Google.
I'm perfect.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Right, guys. Now the serious moment of the hot seat is, what does SMUTB mean to you? And we've had some fantastic answers in the past. Some really, really fantastic answers. And who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think I'm probably one of the newest members on SMUTB, and I'm grateful for that. But what I wanted to say, and I say to you, Rob, quite a lot, is this channel that you've created and everyone has been a part of it's got a lot of potential to do a lot of good in this country. And I think we must harness that. We must try and our best to learn from our different paths that we've walked to see how we can harness that to make this place better. So I'm putting it out there. I think that's what SMUTB presents. It presents an opportunity for us to learn and grow. And we should just look at it like that, you know, not always want to be right, not always want to know our truth as being the absolute truth, but just to listen and see and hear where other people come from, because it's got potential to do good things.
You know what? I think that message, I feel like he's looking me in the eyes, me in the soul, me in the heart, and you make me cry now. Yeah, beautiful, 100%. I'm behaving. I'm learning how to calm down. Yeah. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, you go.
Adrian.
So, I mean, being in Johannesburg, I was there for a year and a half, and I wasn't able to really get into a community. And then I joined the SMUTB in Johannesburg, and Phil and Jill made me feel so welcome. Coming back home, Dino, Isabel, Sander, even moving to Franschhoek yesterday, I had a welcoming committee here. The people, we've got such class, so dynamic. SMUTB is about people and connecting, and it's real, authentic relationships, not just touch and go. It's you know, let's drink. Hey Ross, let's drink and be merry together, and it's incredible. The SMUTB is, for me, a God's gift. So thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate it.
It isn't me. Okay, it's a little bit me. Okay, Ross.
Robbie, to be honest with you, I think the thing that's outside of all the good that happens and the wonderful people, I think the thing that's fascinated me about this whole thing is that there are people on the other side of the world that you've never ever met before, that you see on videos, you chat to. I have people messaging me all day long, and they're basically like your mates, you know, even though you've never ever met them before. And then when you do eventually meet them, and they do come across your path, whether you be in London or whether it's a party at your house or whether it's one of the SMUTB gatherings at the bungalow, but these people, these men and women, like-minded people that come from around the planet, and it feels like you've known them for 20 years. I mean, it genuinely feels like that. There's some guys that I've probably met once, but I feel like they're my mates from school. You know, and that's I mean, I've never experienced anything like that. I'm kind of a bit of a cynic, and you know, and I've got quite a raw sense of humor, so I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But you know,
That's
so
for sure.
yeah, so finding people like that you've never met before, but actually are basically your friends. And I know that if I got myself into shit and I had to phone somebody and say, listen, I'm in London or I'm here, can someone help me out? They would, having probably not even ever met me. So I mean, it's fascinating.
You're not going to cry, are you?
No, but I'm going to thank you for your role in that, because without you, we would never ever, this thing would never be where it is. I mean, you've driven it and driven it and driven it.
Can you tell my wife that? My wife, what are you doing on this? It's ridiculous, you know, on and on and on. And I said, well, it's not going to get us that private jet.
Yeah,
It's not
nothing
gonna-
short of brilliant. So thank you for your input.
Hakeem.
Yeah, changing lives. We're changing lives. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, I can't really say more than everybody else, really. But I think the one thing that I would say is that, seeing SMUTBs go international and have a focus, which I feel it has a focus on the continent. And for me, it says amazing things about the potential that we have on this continent for the continent. And I think this is the last explored place. This is the place where, everybody's going to come to at some point, and we must be at the forefront of developing it and making it the best place on the planet, which I think it is anyway. But once we grow, it's going to be quite incredible. And SMUTBs can be at the front and center of that, which is what makes me excited by being part of this group.
You know, I lived overseas 31 years, sorry, Phil, in 31 years, and I just couldn't get South Africa and Africa out of me. I couldn't. I had to come home. I had to come home, and it is home. Too, Phil. You know.
So I've luckily been I've gotten invited into this group the beginning of 2017, when it was really SMUTB. And it has evolved into this incredible network. And I like the best analogy for me is it's a family. These are like siblings. We all like siblings in a way. And the culture of this thing has also evolved. There are different groups. There's the hunting group and the golfing groups and all these other things that are sort of added on and separately. And it's just added to the value of the network. And the other thing is that the code that we have, that you better behave properly, you're expected to behave, and we touched on some of this earlier on. We have to honor this group and this paying it forward, doing all the things that we have. When we joined it, I think we all knew what it was, and it's exactly that. And talking about Africa, the US group and the other international guys, it's awesome to have the connection. But certainly the focus here in South Africa is huge, and some of the things that we've been able to do and what's going on with Musi and co is amazing. It's wonderful to be part of that. So
on that note, everyone has to give me two names. Some they need to apologize to, and I've got a few, and somebody they haven't met in person they'd love to meet, and you can't have names that are on this hot seat. So who would I like to apologize? Well, obviously, Pablo. I want to apologize to Pablo. Yao, don't smile too much on this one. Pablo, you've sort of taken me on and wound me up a bit about my don't call me comrades and I hate socialists, which I still do. But I apologize to you if I got really grumpy, but you shouldn't let me go on holiday because I have too much time to think. And who would I like to meet the most in person? Probably Zhao. I mean, what a cool guy, Zhao. You're a cool guy. Who's next? Who wants to apologize? And then, Yao, do you want to go next? Come on, who do you want to apologize to? Other than me and meet. Who do you want to meet?
Okay, so let me start off with who I'd like to meet. I've met him before, but I'd like to meet Michael Jordan. Just the way he thinks, just the way he's been able to do what he did with First Rand prior to leaving, and then what he's doing with Rand and stuff. I just like his mind. Who I'd like to apologize to, I suppose I didn't do anything, but I'd like to apologize to a guy called Nuriel, who got kicked off one of the groups and sworn at because his mindset was different, or his mindset or what he said was different to what some of us are accustomed to. Yeah, so I'd like to apologize to him.
Okay, Adrian, you're next.
I think maybe I'll just apologize to the Cheers group because I think Isabel, Gina, and I, we kind of hijack that group with Cheers photos all the time. But that's my apologies to the Cheers group, but we love you. And who I'd like to meet? I believe there's a lady called Renette. I'd like to meet her. She sounds like a pretty cool girl.
Kakim?
Yeah.
Kakim?
I'd like to meet, is Musamani? Yeah, I'd like to meet him actually. I'd like when they have a sit down and, you know, see what was in his head and have a great little chat. So I'd love to meet him and apologize. I don't know, maybe sometimes on a smut, I don't know if it's an apology as such as, I'd love to get a more balanced discussion sometimes on this smutty thing that comes in, especially when it comes to the racial discourse. So, I mean, maybe I'm apologizing as well if I've come across as too dogmatic, but I'd love to see a more open and a more egalitarian and humanist function in, you know, space for us to work and play. So my apologies for not fitting into that space.
Filippo?
Yeah, I'd actually like to meet Marty, because have a cup of coffee with him on just the two of us. And it's meeting him with everybody else is not quite the same, because I think he is a fascinating individual. And who would I like to apologize to? I guess I'd like to apologize a little bit to the group that I haven't been able to do the cycling group that we thought would take off. Has not, and the C group.
That's a cut group,
not yet taken off the way that we'd hoped.
And Ross, moment of truth.
Apology. I was actually quite early in my smutby career, and I offended the chief's wife by saying New Zealand was the biggest dump on earth, and that nobody wants to go there. Anyway, we patched that up because I don't actually believe that, but it was. So that's my apology, official on camera, since I've never got to say it to her in person, even though she knows how sorry I really am.
And the cheating refs, and Richie McCaw.
Yeah, and anything to do with the All Blacks. And who would I like to meet? The two people I'd like to meet. One would be Herman Mashaba. I think he's a fascinating guy, self-made, black like me, brilliant, going into politics. I think he can do a lot for this country on this platform. And the one I really like to meet is more on the party front would be my boy Max.
Okay.
Yes, we want you, Max. No, I should have chosen Max. Renee, sorry, you pushed to number 2. I want Max.
Well, on that note, now we're going to get into a tricky one. To save all of your smutby brothers and sisters, you have to tell us who of the same sex as you, and there are only 2 genders as we know, the same sex as you, who is it that you would sleep with to save all your smutby brothers and sisters? And once you say that, and you can't say a name that you've said before, so You know, Ross, you can't say Herman Mission.
No, that's
And Hakeem, you can't say Moosey, and Phil, you can't say Marty. You've got to say a new name, and then you've got to come look all sexy up to the camera and flirt with them, okay? You're going to go first. You're going to tell me someone of the same, and it can't be me either, because I might get
Can't
excited.
be you. That was going to be mine.
No, it can't be me. Can't be me, because I think I might get excited. Who is it of the same sex as Smutby that you would have sex with, proper sex, like not just flirting, to save your Smutby brothers and sisters, and then flirt up to the camera? And Yao, you're next, because you're looking nervous.
Who's first?
I'll go first.
Hakeem, you're first. Hakeem, you're
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
ready.
I think Smutby, you'd have to all go down. I don't know if I could do it, actually. I don't.
A male.
Male. Yeah.
Max, Andre.
I'll give Ron McKenzie. Ron McKenzie, love Ron. Ron, you darling. You and Smut. Oh, Ron.
Brilliant. Yao, you're next.
It's actually, it was a hard decision, but same sex might be, it'll have to be me. I think we're quite acquainted, so I'll have to just do myself, thanks.
But then you did that last night, yesterday morning.
I'm telling you all my secrets, please.
Can you flirt? Flirt with yourself.
Just give me a mirror. Are you sexy?
Adrian, now we've been waiting for this one. Can you just stretch back a bit? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, go for it. Which woman?
Okay. So I'm thinking, let's just do a group of, Showers, Africa Burn. I'm thinking Debbie, Dawn, Isabel, Gina. Hang on, I'll just get a little hot thinking about it.
Things are hotting up there.
Oh my God, rock and roll.
I love you girls, and Susie.
Oh, there we go. Phil, you're next. Roscoe, I'm saving you for last. Phil.
Yeah, well, I'm never going to forgive you for this.
No one does.
So I'm gonna just have to say that I've actually loved Sven for a very long time, and now's my chance to come out. And I think, and Sven, I just would love to hug you, and whenever you're ready, please just let me know.
That was brilliant. Roscoe, go large.
Yeah, I've thought about this one quite a lot in the last few weeks. I think it would have to be a three-way between myself, Mark Bura, and Nick French.
That's a horrible thought.
And Nick. This one's
I wish I'd never asked this. So guys, we've got 3 minutes left. I want you to give, is there a mantra or a saying that you kind of live your life by? When I was being bullied at that really tough public government school, Michael House, because I was the richest kid there in the old days. My grandmother called me and gave me a great saying. She said, worry only has the force you give it. So I was a complete prick for the next 2 years, and then people started to like me, but it worked. Do you have a saying that you kind of love and live your life by, or you want to give to Smutbies? And then I'm going to go around for the last time and say, who do you want to nominate to be on the hot seat next? And then we have to wrap it up because I have to swim. Who wants to go first? Who's got a nice, Yao, you look like you've got it already. You want to give us the saying that you love?
There's a couple though. I mean, like the one that I try and live by the most is, I suppose, is just, I don't know how it actually goes word for word, but it's like when you judge someone, it's not a reflection of them, it's a reflection of you. And it's quite a simple little thing though, but it says a lot, And the other one is also control the controllables. So just, if you can't do much about it, do your best, and then let whatever will be.
Phil?
Yeah, so if it was just one sentence, it would be to be nice. Just be nice, be kind, and honor the values. One of the things that's associated with that is that I don't really worry about what other people think. Try and live like that.
So we can say shit things about you and it's all okay.
It doesn't matter.
Roscoe, you can't be last all the time.
I've got a few. The first one is Go Ugly Early. That one that's always worked well for me. Otherwise, the one that I mostly live by is when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I say, I want to be less of a prick than I was yesterday. So as long as I'm being less of a prick than I was yesterday, then I'm moving forward. So it's
You've got a long way to go there.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I'm coming from a very low base, so it takes a while. But yeah, I try and be kind. I try and be funny, and I try and give everybody a bit of humor. Eh? It's
You
important.
certainly do. Hakeem?
Yeah, my mum, this is one I always remember because my mother always said it, and that is every disappointment is a blessing. Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's the way to look at life, you know, that, yeah, you might be disappointed, but there's a blessing in there somewhere. So that's the one I remember. That's the sort of mantra that I sort of use.
Now, Adrian, we're going to ask you yours, and then you're going to appoint who you anoint who you want to be on the hot seat next week. And Suzanne, can you write that down this time? Because we keep forgetting what people say.
I'm on it. I'm ready.
Okay. Adrian.
The mantra is to live in the moment, because what I do today controls what happens tomorrow. Love myself, love everybody around me, and I believe that I'm here to inspire and empower people, individuals, and businesses. So that's how I live my life: to love, inspire, and empower people.
And
I nominate Renee, because I don't think she's been on. And I believe she's single to mingle, guys. All the single girls out. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. But apparently she's beautiful and smart and intelligent. So I vote for Renee.
Super. And you had, by the way, there was a guy walking in the background of your picture. So I went up today.
It's the housekeeper.
Yeah.
Housekeeper.
Yeah, big muscular guy. Yeah. Who do you want to appoint for the next hot seat? Anyone you want. It's got to be a smart.
There's a gentleman called Brad. He seems like an interesting chap.
Brad Stern. Yeah. Perfect. Hakeem, who do you want to nail? Try for an international one.
There's a guy, I think it's Reese.
Reese, yes. Reese, good one. He's ducking and diving. We're going to get him. He has to do it now. Philip?
I nominate your sister, Alex.
Ali. Ooh, okay. That could be difficult for me. Good one. And Roscoe?
I was going to say your brother-in-law, Big Joe Putter, but if you've got, is your sister married to Joe? Or is it the other side?
Let's get Joe Putter.
Big Joe Putter or Mark Timber, if you've got one of the two.
Why not? So, guys, this has been fantastic. I love you all more than ever, actually, more than before. So let's hug it out and see you soon. Everyone,
Good meeting you guys.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Hug.
Lean in, y'all. Lean in.
Yeah,
Bye, everyone.